On today's episode of Watch JR Go, we are back with my $3,500, okay, it cost way more than that now. To get to the point we're at today, we're gonna go through all that in a future episode very soon, but today, we got it running last night, and the tuner is on his way. He'll be here in about an hour to hopefully put together some kind of baseline so this thing runs right. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and like I said, this thing was running last night. You saw it in the video. Obviously, we're gonna start it back up one more time for you because it's open header and I want to hear it before we wrap the exhaust up on this thing. So, here's a little hit. Fuel pump, and here we go. That was good enough. It sounds wild. Also, just bombing the fuel out of there. So, the exhaust, it's sitting right here. And the tunnel cover, all that good stuff. This probably adds quite a bit of strength to the car here. We gotta put that back on, so that's first. And after that, we can put the exhaust in. So we're gonna do that all right now. The mid pipe does go in. And then of course we have an exhaust for the axle back that we just bolt on. Let's get to it, nothing else to do. Time lapse complete, exhaust is on. Now we are ready to start installing our brand new muffler setup, which is much easier to install than the factory one. As you guys know, you have to do a lot of fighting with the factory ones to get them out from over the axle. It's like a pull, turn, twist, flip yourself upside down. You need an inversion table probably, look 3 different ways. Anyway, eventually you can get the stock exhaust out. The new one, of course, should be about this much pipe to go over all of the rear end, and then a muffler that bolts on to finish everything up so it's easy to put together. Always cool to switch to the aftermarket ones. The only thing I need to remember is how the O2 sensors go. And I do think they go reverse like this because they point in different directions, as you guys know. And for the clips to fit, I'm pretty sure you actually do run these reversed. I thought the O2 sensor plugs were keyed on these, but I have definitely forgotten, so I'm gonna have to double check to make sure that they route straight down each side. Other than that, it's all wrapped up. So I think we start it again. We start it every 15 minutes just to make sure everything's working out. All right, here we go again. It's time to start it with just the mid pipe on, and then I really need to put the front end together. It'd be cool if we could drive it tonight. Does not like to start like this. Here we go, it's time to get the brand new exhaust out. What is this thing? This is a 1145 FLT, the Flowtech exhaust for the C5 Corvette. I have not even opened this. It's just a pretty beat up box. Actually, let's get this. Ayo! Look at this. I think this might be a little bit louder than what we're rocking on the other one. So the other one has the Hooker Blackheart. This will be my first time running a Flowtech. I'm kind of pumped about it. Oh, look at that. Just the bling when you open them up. The bling. Tips look cool. Some kind of mounting here. Oh, I think you're supposed to leave this until it's on the car, so I will. Mufflers. You can see the canister in there. Oh, yeah. All right, we've got the Flowtech exhaust system all laid out here on the ground. This is always a good thing to do before you set the whole thing up, especially test fitting over the axle pipes here, because they only go one way and they are different. So I have test fit them. We know that this is how it all goes together, and it's time to just start slapping it all together. Quick update, we stopped on the exhaust for a minute. We got all the front suspension back together because not being able to touch the brakes is a terrible thing. You know, it's a habit when you get in every car to start it on the brake. So now we've solved one problem and all the AC system is back together with new O-rings. So we made good progress there. All the line routing's done, all that good stuff. We just have the exhaust left to do, at least the axle back. And Chris is here, the tuner. He is already in the car and pulling the tune off this thing. So he's gonna grab the factory file. That way we've got a, you know, somewhere to start. And I am trying to get some coolant in this thing before we run it for real, because we've obviously just been starting it for a few seconds. No coolant. So we're gonna vacuum fill, obviously. Corvette system, not fun without the vacuum. I don't feel like spending forever going over and over and over, round after round, getting it bled. So this should let us just knock it right out. Here we go. We gotta get a nice seal on the reservoir. This is a single point of entry system. The overflow tank is pressurized and there's no cap on the radiator. So, boom. Let's put some air on this thing. No leaks. Here we go. Make sure it's holding. Holding enough. Keep going. I think I have a leak around here, just a little bit. You see the hoses are collapsed, so we're getting there. Yeah, that's pretty good vacuum. There's 25. That's where it's gonna hold. And hopefully it doesn't need any more than this, because we're not prepared for that eventuality. Almost there. Always the best way to fill these things. No, that's right. This bottle's almost empty. Don't run out. I bet everything on this bottle. Ah! It needs more. That should be the end of our coolant. It won't take any more, and I'm trying. Take that last little hit. There we go. All right. This thing is full, from what I can tell. So, Chris is flashing it with the first fuel and maybe some timing adjustments. And then we're gonna try this thing out. So, pull our airlift system off.
Do you have a MAF anywhere you could plug in by chance?
Yeah, we just need to stick the bridge back on.
Cool. Let's do that just to make sure she's reading.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna wipe all this old water gunk out of our MAF bridge. Obviously, this probably a lot of what helped kill the old engine. We got the air compressor over here so I can blow it out too. I had to give it tons of throttle to work. Yeah! This is not a crazy cam, huh? Absolutely.
Start messing with some timing down low and wherever we are idle watching it, figure out where she's happy.
Yeah, get a little
out of it.
power out of it, yeah.
Right, yeah. No, we shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Fueling looks perfect. Manifold pressure's perfect.
Oh, I had them hooked up the rear O2s. You're on the,
Okay.
just the fronts.
Yeah.
But at least you got 6 foot of pipe in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, for no exhaust.
Yeah.
The exhaust is still just chilling back here. We're getting there. So, it didn't just fall together, so we went back to working on things you needed.
Yeah.
I figured it was more important.
No, that's all right, man.
Cool.
At least she's running, so let's just work on the fine stuff to make sure she fires up good once she gets the temperature and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. And we need to check the coolant again anyway.
For sure.
Yeah. Looks good to me.
Oh yeah, we got coolant in the lines finally. A little bit of heat. Everything's good on this side?
I think so too. I do need to check the oil again, but I think it's got 5.5 quarts in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. Woo! All right, this is Chris from, what are you calling it? What are you calling the company, the tuning company?
Chris Johnson Tune.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
sir.
There you go. So Chris Johnson Tuning here in Wichita, and he is flashing the ECU again with a couple of updates here. So we've got fan temps,
Yes, sir.
little fuel, little spark.
Yep.
Oh, there, it's basically done, huh?
Should be happy.
Heard the
Close her out
cycle.
here.
Dude, isn't it?
Come on, take the fall, baby.
Starts great.
We lost dash.
We lost the dash?
Yeah, RPM.
Oh, yep.
But it's generating RPM, so it's good.
Probably just
Also, no oil
no oil
pressure.
pressure. But you have oil
But I
pressure.
have oil pressure, so we're good. We probably
Flash it again.
voltage deal potentially, weird fluke deal in wiring somewhere. Let's shut her off. See, we'll disconnect here. Pull key for a second. Door open, shuts down modules. Let's see if we get anything back.
It should have swept, shouldn't it?
Should have swept. Let's do this. Let's connect with her, see if we have any codes, anything stored potentially. Let's see.
Isn't it nice having the touchscreen?
Yeah.
I bought that just for
Yeah.
HP tuners, man.
I'm glad it is, because mine's touchscreen, so I'm not
Yes.
sitting here looking like a dummy.
It's running great though.
Yeah, she fires right up. Sounds good. Here in a little bit, once we get fueling a little bit happier, we'll start playing with some ignition timing to see if we can get her to chop a little bit.
Liven it up.
Yeah.
Sweet. I need to finish that exhaust.
Or take it off. Just
Yeah.
send it out the hood, it'll be alright.
Oh man. Next it'll have a turbo sitting in all that free space.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna dump the exhaust out the hood and then realize you need a turbo, and it's gonna go downhill from there. Let's see.
Yep, it's back.
Weird.
We've got good oil pressure, 40 pounds of idle. So we did find a leak. We got a coolant leak right there, just some drips. Dripping off the AC line. It's coming from the steam port here. So we do have to pull the radiator bridge back off one more time. Now, I don't know if I have a pinhole in a hose or if I missed a little bit. Maybe the clamp's loose. It is a spring clamp. So we need to fix that. Maybe put a worm clamp on it. Other than that, like, no leaks, I think. No oil leaks. This is close. It's so close to being like discreet. I'm pumped. I think Chris's tune nailed this. I mean, it was starting perfectly hot. I know we've got like a little coolant leak that I just gotta throw a real clamp on. I really do think that one was coming around the clamp because I thought that clamp was a little iffy. Oh well. And we gotta get the exhaust on, but we're very, very close to that. One side's like hanging on there, and the other side we still need to actually get in. So it was just chilling. It's been cooling off for about 30 minutes because we were talking about tuning some of the other cars here. And it's time for another startup. I think it's gonna be perfect, but this should rock. Here we go. Gauges are back, like we said. It's a 150 degree, 120. We gotta fix the brakes. Bleeding the brakes is on the tomorrow list. You gotta pump it like 3 times because obviously we unhooked that one brake line, lost all the fluid, so we definitely have to rebleed front passenger side. ABS pump? I think it's ABS. The noise is, oh, it's the air pump. Check it out. You want some air? There you go. What a hilarious sound. Well, I gotta rip this out of the car tomorrow too. This would be nice if it was just something you could point at you to have airflow. Alright.
Kill your gas?
Free AC, just blowing a whole bunch of air right at your face. Anyway, that air pump had me freaking out for a minute. I was like, ah! Anyway, We got to pull the fender liner out, take out the 2 bolts that are holding that pump in and unhook it. That'll save some weight. 1 pound. I mean, honestly. We're going to get that out of here though, and we're going to put the wheels on and finish up the exhaust, bleed the brakes. This thing is ready to go, I think. Obviously, it was holding its coolant temp. We've got new fan set points, just a little bit lower. You know, the LS is aluminum. It was meant to run hot. It was meant to be very efficient. They run all these engines super hot these days, but for race car things, we always turn them back down. So that's it. The tune is on this thing. It runs great. It starts up repeatedly, hot and cold, which is great. And I think once this exhaust is on tomorrow, the rest of the Flowtech, we're home free and we can go drive this. And also the rain stops tomorrow. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjericho.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Well, a few minutes in HP Tuners and this thing was ready to go. I've got files. I've got like a gas efficiency file, and I have a power file that has a little bit more timing in it. So I can flash between the tunes if I want. Obviously, we'll probably just leave it alone because it's not that much of a difference. And I'll take the fuel mileage hit. But I'm excited to drive this thing. It's so close. And now we're gonna figure out all the money we have in it, but it's pretty reasonable. Honestly, pretty reasonable. Let's get out of here. Don't forget to head on over to shop, Watch Jericho.